I already know that we went over budget in almost all the categories. So let's see here. I went over budget most of my categories. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am closing out my April 2022 budget. So if you're interested in seeing that, then keep on watching. Okay, so what I have here is my monthly spending tracker. You guys know I do this every month, and my April mid-month check-in. So that video came out, I think that was 2 videos ago. So since the check-in, I've just been taking notes on here. So I will be referring to both my monthly spending tracker and my mid-month check-in, and we are gonna close out this budget together. Okay guys, so if you're new, I am a mom to 1, 3 if you include our pets, and on my channel I like to share my monthly budgets, my money goals, some cash stuffings, and most recently my journey to getting rid of nearly $80,000 worth of debt. All of this I do while on a very low income. So if you're interested in any of that, I hope you consider subscribing so you don't miss any future videos. Okay, with that said, let's move into the income portion of my budget. So at the beginning of the month, I was estimating that I would bring in $2,365. For my returning subscribers, you know that I am a substitute teacher. This gas check here is from my partner Jay, which this will be going away soon because he just recently moved into a different position, so he will not be getting like checks for using his personal cell phone or his personal vehicle anymore. I think we're gonna see a few more gas checks trickle in maybe this month, but for the most part this will be going away in future budgets. And the reason Jay would just give me his gas checks is because I do most of the grocery shopping and cooking. He'll just give me gas checks to do grocery shopping. And then my bills envelope was money that I saved from the previous month to have. So what changed? My sub teaching job stayed the same. Okay, so Jay's gas checks, like I said, they are a few months behind. So I did get another one for $167. So total in gas checks was actually $242. Bills envelope stayed the same, so $1,800 here, $490 here. And then I have mentioned before that I do drive for DoorDash every now and then, so that I got $61. And then on days when they don't have sub positions open, I can still go to the school and do extra odd jobs around the school. So I did that as well in April. Total I got 92. I'm just gonna put extra, and that's from school. So extra was 92. Okay, so my total income for the month of April was $2,685. And then let's move on to my bills portion. Okay, so for bills, trash came out as planned, 23. Gym membership came out as planned, 74. Vehicle insurance, so these 3 are shared bills with Jay, and I took over vehicle insurance this month. Jay would normally pay $220 a month, but then there was an option when I logged in there to change it. I guess he had it at like 5-month payments, and then I could change it to 6-month payments. Whatever option I changed it to, it made it so that this month's bill was only $15, so that really helped. Okay, and then car loan, this is my vehicle. I did pay the minimum for $52. I paid the minimum for my credit card, which was $40. And then this one I'm also happy about. I had budgeted $116 for auto subscriptions, but you guys know I've been like slowly canceling things that I don't use or don't need. So this month for auto subscription, it was actually $65. Okay, now things that came out of my budget that I didn't even consider at the beginning of the month. One of them was pest control. It was $100, which this is a quarterly, they come out quarterly, so Going forward, I will remember to put that in my budget quarterly. My daughter is in band, and we rent an instrument for her, so that was music rental. So this has been coming out of my budget. I have been budgeting for this, but I've been putting it here under Mila. That's my daughter. I decided, you know, since it is a monthly reoccurring bill, I'll put it under bills, and then this will just be for pretty much her needs, like, you know, whatever, clothes, whatever she needs throughout the month. But this one, the music instrument rental, will go under bills. And actually she has 3 weeks left of school, so after this month, this bill will go away as well. So that was $19. And then I also needed to pay my tax professional. She did my taxes, everything got turned in on time, and her fee was $185. Okay, so the total for my bills, which I was over budget because of the things that I didn't account for. So instead of my plan $925, I actually spent $973. So if I take my $2,685, subtract my $973, that leaves me with $1,712. Let's move over to my variable expenses, and I know that we went over budget in almost all the categories, so let's take a look on that side. Okay, so fuel, I actually did good. I spent $101 on fuel this month. And if you're new, so the reason why there's two numbers is the first number is how much I wanted to budget to spend throughout the month. But I do have cash envelopes for some of these. So what I did was I took what I wanted to budget for the month, I subtracted the amount that was left in my cash envelopes, and then the second number is how much I actually needed to budget from my income for the month. I don't think I'm gonna do that going forward. It's just confusing. So I think I will just, going forward, like in this month's May budget, I'm just gonna put how much I plan to spend, and I'm not gonna take into the account what's in my cash envelopes, and see if that works. But I think having these two numbers, I think it's just confusing. So groceries, I definitely went over budget. I planned for $300 and I actually spent $399. Eating out definitely went over. I spent $75. Mila definitely went over. I spent $214 for her. The reason why both of these went up so much was last weekend, Mila had asked if I could do like a mall day for her and two of her friends. And she didn't get a birthday party this year. Her birthday's in January, but she didn't get a birthday party this year because we all got sick. We were all on quarantine. It was January, it was winter, like a lot of her friends were getting sick, so we just did at home, like, you know, we did some cupcakes and sang her happy birthday, something really small, just us. But I figured, you know what, she didn't get a birthday party this year. Oh, and the reason why she had asked for this was because the school, she's on their student council, and they've been working really hard to petition to have like an end of school year dance. She's in 5th grade, so after this year they're moving up to middle school, so this is her last year in elementary school. And you know, because of COVID and everything, they had gotten rid of the end of school year dance. Well, the kids petitioned for it, you know, they made a plan, they're gonna do it outdoors, you know, all this rules, they're gonna follow all these rules. Anyways, the student council got approved to have this dance, and they're so excited. And Mila had asked to do a mall day with her friends so that they could go look for, you know, outfits to wear to the dance. So of course I said yes. And then because she didn't have a birthday party, on top of that, I also reserved a what's that called? Oh, an escape room for her and two of her friends. So that was pretty pricey. It was over $100 for the escape room. but they loved it. It was Alice in Wonderland themed, and it was so beautiful. They had a lot of glow in the dark, and you know, everything was just so whimsical and very Alice in Wonderland. So the girls loved it. So I don't regret spending any of this money, but that's a huge reason why I don't expect it to be this high every single month. And then for my spending, I spent 48. I had planned for 40. I spent 48. Household 100, and then pets I spent 17. Then I had an other category, it was also 17. And then I didn't even think about this at the beginning of the month. I don't know how it slipped my mind. Well, I do know, because in my head I was thinking, oh, you know, Mila's too old for Easter baskets and all of this stuff. But the day before Easter, she had asked if we're gonna do an egg hunt, was mentioning the Easter bunny and all of this. So the day before, I actually ran out to go get some Easter goodies for her. So Easter was 46. And then another reason why our grocery bill was a little higher was because we did go to Easter service, and then we had an Easter potluck after church one Sunday. So we did bring food for the potluck as well. Okay, so for all of that, so like you can see here, I went over budget most of my categories. Actually, that's fine, because what I do, I'll show you at the end what I do when I do go over budget. So let's see how much all of this was. Okay, so originally I had planned to spend $520 in variable expenses, but I went over, like, what's that, double, almost double. So I actually spent $1,017 in variable. So if I take the 1,712 I have after paying my bills, and I subtract the 1,017 after all my variable expenses, that leaves me with $695. I definitely went over way too much here this month, well, in April. So what happens when I do that, and I know I have to get, you know, I know some people will say, well, you gotta get your priorities straight, but the truth is my priority is my daughter. So if I'm gonna spend an extra couple $100 on her a month, then that's what I'm gonna do. So, and I say that because I am trying to pay down debt, but because I spent so much in my variable, I wasn't planning to pay extra on my car loan or my credit card. So if you saw my debt confession video, I did mention that I do have a balance on my credit card, and the plan is once I receive, so I am getting a chunk of money for my tax return, and the plan is once I receive that money, I will pay off this balance in full. So for April, I didn't put anything towards my car loan or my credit card, and I'm completely fine with that. I am trying to pay down debt, but I know that once I get my tax return money, I will use that money to pay this off. So down here, I wanted to put $500 towards my Roth IRA. I actually ended up putting $400. I didn't put anything in our wedding fund or our Christmas fund. And then I did put aside $295 for next month's bills. So for the wrap up, my total income for the month was $2,685. My bills were here, $973. I didn't put anything towards extra debt. And then my variable was $1,017. And then savings and sinking funds, I did put $695, so minus $695, and that leaves me with a zero balance. So that was my zero base budget for April 2022. Coming up on my channel will be my May budget with me, recapping my April money goals, and also setting my May money goals. So if you're interested in any of that, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and that notification bell so you won't miss any of those videos. Okay guys, thank you so much for spending time with me today, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!